What a day to be alive. The Arizona Cardinals take down the Miami Dolphins in Miami and now advance to 4-4 on the season. Here we go. 1 second left. It's up. It's good. Cardinals win. The Cardinals win. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. We're covering the Arizona Cardinals throughout the entirety of the 2024 season, so subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. But ladies and gentlemen, what a whirlwind of emotions coming right now, obviously, as an Arizona Cardinal fan and getting this win in Miami. And I know it looked not pretty in the first half, especially with the offense, but man, did they get it corrected. Absolutely, they did. Want to just give a huge shout out here to Kyler Murray, man, because Kyler Murray had a start to this game where it seemed like a lot of batted balls were happening, and it was getting kind of frustrating because that's definitely something that we've seen before with a lot of batted down balls. And I was hoping that the Cardinals were going to be able to clean that up, and guess what? They did. So kudos to Kyler Murray for getting those batted balls corrected, either elevating those balls or just kind of just making an adjustment. Overall, great job. But he actually finished this game 26 of 36 with 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, real quick, this is the first time we've seen a 300-yard game from Kyler Murray in what seems to be years. I believe the last time I looked, it was October of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Like, we haven't seen a 300-yard game in a very, very long time. So, massive game from Kyler Murray. Our run game wasn't as efficient as I would love it to be, but the Cardinals got to win, so we're not going to squabble about it too much. But James Conner finished off this game with 20 carries, 53 yards, 1 touchdown, and then Trey McBride. Wow, what a massive game from Trey McBride today. 9 receptions, 124 yards, and he made some really, really good crucial catches. And I mean, he was the safety blanket of Kyler Murray. He was doing a lot today, a lot. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. For the people out there saying Marvin Harrison Jr. is a bust, Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't the pick. We should have gone Joe Alt. We should have traded back and get. What are your thoughts now? What are your thoughts now? Like I said, the Cardinals just need to get these wide receivers clicking, right? We got a run game that works, that can beat teams. That's what we got in this run game right now. We have a team that can score points. The biggest issue that we were dealing with is our QB1 getting on the same page of our wide receivers, right? That was the biggest problem. This game was massive for Kyler, for Marvin, for Trey McBride. Marvin Harrison Jr. ended up leaving this game with 6 receptions, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown. It's as, like, you know, wide receiver 1 numbers as you can possibly say or think of, right? Now, I don't expect this every night from Marvin Harrison Jr., but what I want to see is him getting involved. I need him to get involved in a way that it's close to something like this, right? I would love to see even like 5 catches, 70 yards, right? 5 catches, 60 yards. As long as he's a focal point, that's what I want to see moving forward. But what a massive game. And he made some really good, crucial catches too. That touchdown, crucial, as well as making another Kyler Murray just chucking the ball over to Marvin Harrison Jr. and he caught it like right there. They originally called it an incompletion, but they went ahead and challenged it and it got overturned. So really, really good plays from this offensive wide receiving core. And then Michael Wilson, shout out to him. Hopefully he's okay. I know he limped off the field, but he was 5 receptions, 31 yards, and a touchdown as well. So overall, man, we talked about this. As long as this Arizona Cardinal offense of wide receivers can get involved to the point that we just saw, good things can happen. We got a really good running back. And I don't want to hear the lazy take of, oh, the Cardinals wide receiver separation is not good. No, guys, get that out of your mind. We got a good wide receiving core, really do. We just needed Kyler and these wide receivers to get on the same page. And guess what? That's exactly what we saw today. We saw complimentary football. Now let's talk about the defense real quick. The defense, they had me pulling my hair out. I ain't gonna lie. I was pulling out my hair. I was like, defense, do something. They had 2 opportunities early in the game to get fumble recoveries. They couldn't do it. One from Tua, and I believe another one on another tight end, or I don't know if it was a big guy. We had the opportunity, but they got the ball back. Defense, obviously, they gave up 27 points, right? So they weren't great, but they also weren't bad either, right? They were what you expect our defense to do, right? Now, I don't think we forced a turnover, if I can remember correctly, in this game. No, I don't think we did, but we did give a sack. Like, did we? Oh, I thought we did. Oh, I guess we didn't. Okay, but I mean, I feel like our defense stood up when it was important, right? So our defense stood up when it was important. And what I'm talking about is obviously that last drive before the Cardinals took it to the field, and shout out Chad Ryland. We don't talk about him very often, but shout out Chad Ryland, man. He's done glorious things for the Cardinals in terms of stepping in for Matt Prater. So another shout out to him. But our defense stood up when they were supposed to, right? But man, were the Dolphins like running all over us? Yeah, it was pretty frustrating to see. Devon Achane had 10 carries, 97 yards. Raheem Mostert, 9 carries, 19 yards, 2 touchdowns. Even Tua Tagovailoa had like 3 carries, 13 yards. Like, it was to the point where you saw the graphic because they kept showing it. They kept showing, oh, look at the Cardinals compared to, the Dolphins, right? What are they doing? Like, at one point, time of possession was like 8 minutes to like 53 seconds. Like, it was crazy. And like their amount of rushing yards compared to ours was crazy. But the way that we ended up this game was 150 yards for them rushing, 82 yards for us, right? And that's everybody. That's James Conner, Kyler, and then Trey Benson as well. Passing over 300 yards. Like I said, I'm not used to that, but if we can get that level of Kyler Murray, if we can get back to the level of like, man, this is what you want to see, that's exactly what you need to be. Kyler Murray was clicking on all cylinders today. Did he have a couple things that were head scratching? Yes, he did. Did he have a couple things that you're like, bro, what are you doing? Yes, he did. But he made up a lot of good plays today. And I could say borderline, he played great today, right? With probably the exception of those batted ball down, or those balls that were batted down, with the exceptions of those. I think overall he did a pretty fantastic game. With his wide receivers, his tight end. The run game could have been better, but like I said, we'll take it as it comes. A win's a win. Cardinals win by 1 point, right? Now we're 4-4 in the division, and guess what? What we're hoping for is the Seahawks lose to the Buffalo Bills, because then the Cardinals go to that number 1 spot. Now, we got Sunday Night Football. I believe it's the 49ers versus the Cowboys. Hopefully the 49ers lose, which I don't see happening because the Cowboys just are not a good team. But we have a chance. We got an opportunity because the Rams won on Thursday night. The Cardinals needed to win this to stay within the division race. So hopefully Seahawks lose and the Cardinals keep on winning. We got 2 more games coming our way. I said I'm not going to say winnable games anymore, but games that can be won by the Cardinals. We got the Bears, which got a really good defense, and then you got the Jets right after them, which lost to the Patriots today. So for what it's worth, ladies and gentlemen, they're not as good of a team with Aaron Rodgers as you think. So Cardinals are doing a fantastic job right now. Got to keep it going offensively, defensively, and let me know what your guys' thoughts here in the chat. All right, y'all, I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cardinals.